Hey everyone, welcome back to another brand new video, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Hope you are all doing absolutely great. It's a beautiful Wednesday or a Thursday morning. Well, I'm a little confused. Yeah, it's a Thursday morning. So yeah man, we're just heading out for a quick trail ride with one of my friends. So I'm back on Alaska. She's pretty much done in terms of her running in, so let's keep going, man. It's a nice beautiful summer morning. Got a nice wearing a nice jersey for that extra cooling, because today is apparently supposed to be one of the hottest days in Bengaluru. Let's go.
Broken heart, tear me down, light the fires all around, touch your skin, turn to ice. All we are, sacrifice. Why does it feel like I'm dreaming?
So ladies and gents, apart from riding to this trail Dabaguli, I'm sure a lot of you guys in Bangalore would know this place. It's a very common spot for the off-road lovers. It's got like a tiny trail with some bits and pieces of off-road. But yeah, apart from that, what I'm also be going to doing is riding the Triumph Scrambler 400. While I did get the chance to ride it for a couple of hours earlier last week, I did put up a video, a reel on Instagram. But yeah, I didn't have the time that day. It was also getting dark, so couldn't ride the bike a lot. But I really like the motorcycle for what it can offer in that segment. So today we're going to be spending a little more time on that motorcycle. We shall motovlog and talk about that motorcycle. So let's change the view in 3, 2, 1. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what we have here is the Triumph Scrambler 400X. So this is going to just be a quick motovlog review. There's not going to be any fancy shots as such, but we are riding it in pretty much any condition that you would be riding this bike in. For example, right now we're riding it on broken roads. We will be hitting some trails in a bit. But yeah, what you will notice that the first time you swing your leg over this motorcycle, it's nice and dominating. I mean, you sit quite high. The handlebars are nice and wide and upright, giving you that nice attacking posture, I would say. So that is quite nice. And yeah man, it seems to be handling really well. Quite light in between your legs, doesn't feel too heavy as it looks. Keeps going, got the works. And yeah, it's pretty minimalistic right here in the front in terms of saddling and riding. Yeah, it's not that bad either. Like I said, the handlebars are nice and upright, gives you that good position. I don't think you would ever need handlebar risers on this motorcycle. The foot peg placement seems to be all right when you're saddling and riding. But yeah, I think when you are wearing your Enduro boots like what I'm doing, I think there's a small little plate here that's coming in the way, but that should be okay. It's just a matter of time you get used to it. Brakes are good. Yeah, so yeah, just the gear lever needs a little bit adjustment in case you plan to take it off-road. Yeah, you plan to do a lot of off-roading, but power-wise, it's I can say it's not as punchy as the ADV 390, but it's not a bike that you will actually get bored of riding, because the power is nice and tractable and linear. I would say it's very similar to the new gen Duke 390 that's in the market. I mean, it definitely doesn't have that much horsepower, but the low end is quite good enough as well. Yeah, 80 comes up in no time. Man, this is fun. Just like any other KTM or Bajaj, post 4000 is when this bike kind of comes alive. But that doesn't mean that below that there's no torque. There is decent amount of torque to take you out of trouble. unlike the ADV 390. By the way, that's Alaska being ridden by Pratik right in front of me. Yeah, the bike's quite nice, quite sweet. Feels very premium, man. I mean, it's very difficult to say that it's come out of Bajaj factory. I'm not saying that they make bad bikes. They make brilliant bikes for the budget, but for the price this comes in at, and being their first collaboration with Triumph, I think in terms of fit and finish and the way the bike looks and handles, looks really nice. I mean, if you can be mistaken if, you know, you just ride the bigger Scrambler, I mean, forget the power and stuff, but if you just have to look at it from a rider's POV, it actually looks like it's come out from a Triumph factory. Yeah, power is nice. Definitely not a bike that you would get bored. And what you would also notice with the power is the throttle action is it works more like a quick throttle. It's not very what do you call, you don't have to really ring it completely to get the maximum out of it. It's more like a quick throttle. It's just a small little twist and you have access to pretty much all the power it's capable of giving out, which is nice, especially when you're riding in city and in twisties like this. It's quite nice. I like it. Okay, riding it on hardcore trails, I think it's really difficult for me to even cross. Okay. Well, I think it's just that the gear lever is not positioned well for saddling and riding with enduro boots. But yeah, man, talking about off-road riding, well, I have my questions now because it's extremely bouncy. I mean, just look at my arms and shoulders. It's just way too bouncy because the front and the rear is just super bouncy. But I mean, this motorcycle is not meant to do hardcore stuff like this. You could just take it in you know, some soft roading, some plain patches like what you see here. But if you want to go really fast off-road, you might want to look at, you know, changing the suspension or something like that, stiffer springs, or you know, changing the fork fluid, make it a little stiff, because in this setup it's just extremely, you'll definitely end up you know, crashing. Like even the rear, I mean, see, the rear you can still dial in the preload, but yeah, it's extremely bouncy, man. Woo! Super bouncy. And with that you have road tires. But yeah, I'm not complaining, just giving you guys an overview of how it feels to ride this motorcycle you know, fast on broken stretches like this. That is where the you know, the ADV outshines some of the bikes in this segment here, because the suspension is nice and stiff. While that is not very comfortable on road, this guy will be extremely comfortable on road but not very comfortable off road. So that's the difference that you see. But I mean, overall, I think I can live with this if I had the option to buy this bike, if this was in my list. The first change that I would possibly do is better tires, and definitely work on the springs, because it does have the capabilities to be a really brilliant fast off-roader. Because with this setup, there's no confidence in, you know, doing the hardcore stuff. Apart from that, I think the braking, the stability, the fit and finish, the engine, the quick throttle, the handlebar position, all that is quite first class, I would say. Really good. Impressed. Talking about highway as well, the other day I did get to ride it a little bit on the highway. It was quite comfortable cruising at 120, 130 without any issues. So I think all in all, it's a I would say it's a lot of motorcycle for the money that you pay. You know, if you could just work on the suspension and better tires, I think you're pretty much sorted. You have a very good tourer and a very nice off-roader. See, in places like this where it's not that bumpy, it likes to go, but again, you got to be extremely careful because the bike doesn't go where you want it to. Whoa. Thank you so much for watching, guys. That was my experience on the Triumph Scrambler 400.